what it do, South of the world. It is your girl, the one and only Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Said It Show. Over 2,000 episodes since 2014, millions of streams worldwide. None of this is possible without you guys. So I thank you so very much for all of the love, all of the support, all of the good vibes. And today we are joined by a fantabulous woman who I met a few months ago. I was at MomoCon. You guys know that I was talking about MomoCon and all the different things that weekend entails. But I met a business owner that I am absolutely obsessed with her products. And she is the founder and CEO of Surreal Makeup, the wonderful Amanda. Hey, Amanda.
Hello.
How are
That's so
you?
awesome. And congratulations to all your streams. That's fantastic.
Yes,
That's great.
thank you. It's definitely been a crazy ride, but we're talking about you today, girly. So I appreciate you so much for having time in your schedule. You and your hubby are literally running all across the country, getting the word out.
It's been crazy. It's been a dream, though, for real. But it's just wild how everything started.
Definitely. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to get into. That now, as we were talking before, I'm an 80s baby. So it was like Lisa Frank, everything, glitter, everything. So when I saw your display, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to find out what is all the glitter, because I love it.
Right?
So
Then my display is working.
Yes, it is. It gets you excited. It's even the drawings and the marquee that you guys had set up. Beautiful, just very inviting, and very much, if you weren't like questioning what it was, you're like, I'm just going to go over here and just see what they have over here, and then get pulled into spending some money. So it's good stuff.
Right. Well, it's like, I always say I'm the sparkle dealer. The first taste is always free, because I give you like the samples of it so you can see it on your skin.
I'm going to name this episode that. The first is always free. First sample, we'll give you that one. Get you addicted.
I love it. So I've always loved shiny stuff, like sparkly stuff. So sparkly eyeshadow, anything glittery, it doesn't have to be crazy, just sparkly and color shifty. And I don't know, there's just so many options now these days that,
oh my gosh,
I keep making new stuff.
Yes, but you guys have figured out something, but we're going to get into that. But first up, I want to start with the origin. How did this company even start?
I can't even take any credit for that because, I guess, it started with an allergy. I hit 30 and I became allergic to store brand makeup. So I started formulating eyeshadow for myself just so I would have something to wear. I was actually in school for doing my nursing prerequisites. I was going to be a nurse. Had no intention on having my own business whatsoever. My husband is the one who convinced me to try and sell our makeup out on Pier 60 at Clearwater Beach. And I graduated with a 3.75 GPA with my prerequisites. So I had my transcripts, but I didn't ever actually go into nursing school. I listened to him and I applied to be a vendor out on Pier 60, November of 2011. I got approved, and it's crazy, 13 years later, we're here traveling the country doing all these anime conventions, and I attribute that to Pier 60, actually, being out there, because it's, Clearwater Beach is one of the most beautiful beaches in Florida, and so it's been listed, and, people from all over the world come to Clearwater Beach as a vacation. So to see mineral makeup, eyeshadow out on Pier 60 is, people, they loved it. And I would have this core group of little girls that would come and see me every few months, and they would be asking makeup for particular cosplays. And I had no idea about that whole world of anime and anime conventions and things. So they would show me pictures, and I'd be like, oh, yeah, you need this, this, and this. As long as I had pictures of the character, I'm like, oh, I got you, fam. I got those colors. And they're like, you need to do shows. And so I finally broke down and listened to them and tried to do a little show called ShadowCon in 2013. I don't even think that show's around anymore. But we did that, and that was, the intro into doing shows. And it's crazy because now we live in Tennessee because it's easier to get to the shows that we do around the country. And that's one of my favorite things that we do now. Is this just insane to think about sometimes.
That is so cool. Wow.
And what's wild is like, you call me rock star, but it's funny because we'll be like somewhere in like Fargo, North Dakota, or somewhere, way out of the way. Mm-hmm. And someone will either recognize me from a show, or what's even more crazy is they'll recognize me from Pier 60. And they'll be and that's the craziest stuff when it happens, which is wild. I actually had somebody, a customer at a show recently. I can't remember what show it was. But just recently, they realized that they had bought makeup from me at Pier 60. Like, it just dawned on them that who I was. And that they had bought makeup for me out on the pier. And they almost started crying because I was, like, one of their favorite vendors out there, which was wild.
And
just wild.
It's just, like I said, I bought a bunch of stuff from you guys. And I just noticed that just the quality was there. When you go to get store-bought makeup, you kind of know what you're getting, and you're trying to, like, sift through and, like, pick your own poison, essentially, because a lot of the stuff that's in stores now today, you look at the ingredient list, you can't pronounce half of the stuff, the other half is, like, hidden ingredients and fillers and all this other crazy stuff. So for you, as you were initially making makeup for yourself, you're just kind of doing your own thing, what would you say was the biggest challenge in trying to mimic makeup that you were used to?
As far as the eyeshadows go, there wasn't a challenge, because if you didn't add all of the fillers to it, what you had in your hands was something way more vibrant, bright, and better for your skin than trying to mimic what a store has, because it's just the minerals without all the fillers. The biggest challenge for me was formulating moisture-rich lip glosses, and then later on, moisture-rich long-stay matte lipsticks, which sounds like an oxymoron, but trust me, they are. They're moisture-rich, they taste good, they look good, they smell good, and some of them have sparkles in them, but you can't feel it because it's mineral sparkles.
Yes. So I would say, like, okay, as you're creating these different combinations for yourself, and now you and your husband, you're out on the pier, you guys are selling to customers. What would you say was the biggest surprise that you had while you were out there, like initially with your product?
That there's a lot of people in the same boat as me with allergies and sensitivities to makeup and to products in general. I've met a lot of people that have the same type of sensitivities that I do. So it's kind of refreshing to be an option for those people to be able to wear makeup again and experience makeup again. I also have, like, a lot of little girls that are allergic to a lot of stuff, that they can wear my stuff, and I have the moms write to me and tell me how daughters are so happy because they actually get to wear shiny, pretty sparkles on their face without their face breaking out or hurting.
Oh, that's so sweet. I love it. Okay.
That's what keeps me going, man. And there's so many people out there, and it's just crazy. And it's like, being able to travel the country now and do these shows, I have, like, a core set of people that I like to see in every state that I'm in, which is amazing and crazy that it all started out on Pier 60.
That is wow. And just you talking about it just today, you're talking about you're living the dream, Amanda. Essentially, you are living the dream, and I am so happy for you. And I hope that people that are listening, especially if you have a dream on your heart, something that you want to do, get out there and get it done.
Oh, yeah.
Go do it.
And for us, like, we don't really pay for advertising. So our Instagram is over a decade old, but there's only 12,000, I believe, followers on there. And that's all people that we've met generically at shows and at the beach and stuff.
Yes.
It's just crazy. I love what we do now. And I've always loved traveling anyways. That was something that I grew up with my grandma. And just being able to travel again, but now for myself with a business, with something that I make with my own two hands, is mind-boggling sometimes, even to me. But it's great. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. You know, you don't ever take your work hat off. So work hours 9 to 5. What is that?
Yeah, what is it? No.
What is that? Because you know, we do everything ourselves. So if we're not making it, we're selling it, or driving to a place to sell it, or you know, I've made so much stuff because I just have to make stuff. I get really like creative and I want to do certain things, and I have them in my head until I can get them out, you know, and in people's hands. And when I start doing that, sometimes a lot of products don't get added to the website. So that's Brian. Brian built our website.
Oh, wow.
Like from scratch. He made it look like we're some corporate, you know, company with like a building with our name on the side with an accounting department, but we don't have any of that.
But it's just beautiful, and it's super user friendly. Like it's straight to the point, and it does its job.
Yeah, I'm really proud of that. I mean, I'm proud of what he built us, and it's a team effort. You know, he's my best friend. You know, I think that also leads to the success of Surreal Makeup too, because we're a partnership. We do everything together. Like being on the beach, like after the first or second month, I couldn't help everybody at my table, so I made him quit his job. Which he was the breadwinner. He was doing IT level for a health insurance company. So he was like the breadwinner. And then we did that. I made him quit his job to work with me out on the beach, and we were able to pay our bills with that. It's just crazy.
But, I mean, I think the beauty part that I see in that is that you have such a supportive partner. Not only is he supportive, but he's a part of this journey that you all have just joined together and made this amazing brand. So kudos to hubby.
I love that. And then Kara, Kara's my bestie, man. We've known each other for like 12 years now. Gosh. It's crazy. Like, when I was telling you before, like, she's the one who helped you at MomoCon.
Yes.
Yeah, she's awesome. Like, I met her out on Clearwater Beach years ago. And then from there, I also got to see her because she had works at a hair salon in Safety Harbor, and that's where I was doing Third Friday events, like little local markets trying to sell my makeup. And so I saw her there too. And like, we just, we started talking, and eventually she started doing my hair, and she, moved from customer to friend to bestie. Yes. And she's awesome. So now when she's able to, she'll come and she'll fly out and help me sell. So Brian can be with our dogs, because we take them with us. We travel with them.
Oh, wow.
And then which is great. And then he'll be working on the website and all the 1,000,001 things behind, the dirty work of the business.
Yes. And shout out to Kara. Kara is another rock star that, I honestly I probably sat with her for probably close to an hour, where we were trying like everything. I was like, oh my God, this looks amazing on my skin. I love this. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. So shout out to Kara, because she's a rock star.
I love that. Yeah, she's awesome. She's amazing. And that's another thing that I hear a lot is, oh my goodness, this shows up on me. Which is crazy. Yeah, that's because, we don't have any of those fillers in it that store brand has, and you don't have to layer, you don't have to do a white base or a concealer base or some sort of trickery to get my stuff to show up. It just shows up. Yeah. And then when you use it with primer or awesome sauce, boy, oh boy, you can be seen from space. Which is my goal. My goal is to like be a blinding dot, in the NASA telescope that's pointed at Earth.
You're on your way, girl.
I just want to blind people.
Yeah, I mean, you're certainly on your way. You are certainly on your way, and with all the different palettes and the different sets, and then just all the different colors and everything. What are some of the offerings that are on the website currently?
Well, right now we have the Surreal Dreams box set available, which is a palette of 9 insane multi-chromes. And it's funny because our pictures and videos just don't do the colors justice. So like when you actually get the colors in hand, you're like blown away because it's even better in person.
It is. It absolutely is. I actually need to go and order that one. That's the one thing that I didn't get. I was like, I'm not going to need all those colors. But then when I got home, I was like, oh my God, I need the dream set. Why didn't I get it when I was there?
If you were on my side of the table, I would have made you get that set. I'd be like, no, you absolutely have to have this set because there's warm tones and cool tones, and they're all color shifty.
I'll be going onto the website later.
Wait, well, I just made a brand new set, our Cotton Candy Clouds collection. Yes. It's fire. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's cotton candy colors. So, like, I can't even tell you. And they're all multi-chrome, and they're all way, way sparklier than what I was able to capture.
What? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm obsessed. Absolutely. This whole
set is stunning. I can't even, like... It's so good. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. And then we were talking about the twisty tubes.
Yeah, the carousel collection.
Yeah, so tell us about that, because I picked up two myself and I was just really again blown away with just the colors of the minerals and just the way that you've been able to I don't even know how to say it, how you've made them happen.
Their colors are just gorgeous. You just gotta do the right ones, I guess. So for the carousel collection, my inspiration for those, I had originally, I want to say like 12 ones that were just beautiful multi-chromes, and the tubes themselves were reminiscent of the carousel horse, the pole that's in the middle that's all twisted around. They're always the same. They have that twirl pattern on them. And the horses are opulent. And what would those horses have if they were real horses with gilded, like, saddles and blankets and stuff? So some of my colors, tapestry, enchanted, glory, fanfare, majestic, magical, brilliance, they all describe what I believe a carousel horse would look like if it was real. And, like, satin and tapestry, what their saddles and their blankets would be made out of, jade and flames, just opulent stuff. So I read a lot as a kid.
Yes.
I grew up, reading, Anne McCaffrey and Mercedes Lackey. So fantasy and dragon, my mom raised me right. So lots of detail and imagination. And just when I look at certain things, it reminds me of certain things, and I just gotta do it. I actually had those colors previously. They were called bright sabers. So flame was actually blaze, and queen was a color called fey. But I reformulated them and made them water-based for more user-friendly for some of our customers. And that's why I have so many different formulas, because certain customers have certain allergies. So, like, some people can't use aloe. So I have ones that are water-based. I have other ones that are other-based. So it's just, you have a good variety, a good mix.
Gotcha. Now, how would one utilize the festival flakes?
I love putting them on with a little bit of awesome sauce. So what I do is I usually do a drop on my face, and I rub my finger back and forth to dampen the area that I want to put them on. And then with that same damp finger, I'll lightly tap it into the middle of the flakes, and then rub that finger on the damp area that I just got damp. And it applies them beautifully. And then it just stays, because the awesome sauce is kind of like a primer. So you could do another drop too if it started to get dry fast. You just one drop at a time, keep it damp, and then use your finger. That's how I get them all over my face. Like, you saw me, I was covered. I was like a disco ball.
Yes, but I was like, I want to be that disco ball.
I love it. I just make my face damp with the awesome sauce, and then I use the finger that's damp, and I just put them everywhere, put them all over.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so all right, so we talked about shadows, we talked about the festival flakes, we talked about the carousel collection. I want to go into, let's talk about lip wear.
Absolutely.
As we were talking about that first, I mean, that's probably one of the most popular points, I mean, all of them are popular, but lips are definitely important, especially when people are looking to achieve certain looks from, like, maybe characters and things of that nature. So,
actually, yeah, it's like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure where they have like a crazy green lipstick. Yeah, so many different things.
oh my
So,
gosh.
for lips, though, when I started making lipstick, I started making gloss at first because I wanted something really moisture rich. Right. And I changed my formula throughout the years, but I settled on one that has sweet almond oil and vitamin E oil. So it's really moisturizing, but also sparkly, but with mineral sparkles. So there's no texture. And there is flavor, though, because I grew up in the 80s. So I flavor all of my lip products, whether it's caramel or cake flavored or marshmallow. Just depends on what I have in and what I want to use. I've had some in the past that were like pumpkin cheesecake and blueberry and maple syrup and
oh my gosh. No, I want to talk about there's one that I saw, and I'm sure, as you're going to different shows, obviously you can't bring everything, and you're not able to bring all of your supply, and some stuff is probably so popular that it sells out the shelves. But I want to talk about those the heavy metal lippies.
Oh yeah, they were awesome.
Oh my gosh. So how did that come about, and how did you perfect it?
With that collection, I'm a metalhead. Like, I know I don't look like it because I look like a rainbow crazy disco ball from space, but I have a really fond love of metal. I grew up on it, and I wanted to just kind of do a nod to some of the bands that I listened to as a kid. So Typo, for Typo Negative, was a matte black that was loaded with green multi-chrome reflex in it. That was my inspiration because their whole like album and everything always was like black and green. Their whole aesthetic was like black and green. So I had to really bring it for that. I wanted to use some of the pigments that I use for the Surreal Dreams box set as for the matte lipsticks because I wanted to see what they would look like. So Anthrax is actually had hellebore in it. But Anthrax, of course, because Anthrax, the band. But I was able to name it Anthrax because it's also a like disease or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And that's why I was like, excuse me? We're talking about anthrax? Okay, no, you're good.
Yeah, it's a band. I named the lip gloss Walk after a song from Pantera. If I had known that Pantera was Spanish for panther, I would have named it Pantera instead, but I thought that was just like a band name. So I was like, okay, well, Walk, that's a word. No one can, say say anything for that. But yeah, Mother's a song from Danzig. One of my first songs that I heard from them, because that's when they used to be on Headbangers Ball at night.
Yes.
And they played that song a lot. So that was one of the ones that had to be named, was Mother.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And then the fragrances. I saw that on the website as well.
Yeah, I actually had them at Momo, but I didn't have them out because I didn't have room. It's funny because I took them because I left Momo and I went straight to Colossal. Yeah. And I actually had a chance to put them out at Colossal because we sold out of all of our carousel collection.
Oh, wow.
So,
that's awesome.
Waiting on jars. It is awesome, but it's like, I have nothing in stock right now, but I do have some awesome other things in stock. Like I was just able to put up some new lippies that I had at Momo. Like, I don't know if you saw Foxy or Plum. I had those at Momo, but I didn't have them online yet because I just hadn't had a chance to do it. But that's what we worked on today, was getting those swatched out and getting them online.
Oh, wow. No, you guys are definitely, you're putting in the work and it's paying off.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. There's no rest for the wicked, I'll sleep when I'm dead. No.
All right. So last but certainly not least, Amanda, what advice do you have for the next generation of rock stars and entrepreneurship?
Find something that you're good at, or do what I did. Turn your lemons into lemonade and then sell your lemonade and then meet other people that like your lemonade. But honestly, just figure out who you are first. Like, if you want to do something, you want to try your hand at being your own boss. That's awesome. That's the start. That's the key. That's the ticket to have that drive. The next thing is to figure out where to drive. So you got to figure out what you love, what you're passionate about, what's something that's not work to you, and what's something that you can talk about 20 hours a day and not feel sick of it, you know, because it's going to be your life if it's your business. Your business is your life.
Yes, it is.
So you got to find something that you're passionate about and then just go from there. But that would be my biggest advice, is figure out what you want to do, who you are, what you want to be, what's your biggest passion, because a lot of people don't know that still.
Absolutely. Spoken like a true gem and a rock star. Rock star status, Amanda. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming through and just dropping some gems on us.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Like I said, I feel honored. That's amazing. Thank you so much. It's great. That's how we get around, is just word of mouth. That's how we've survived, is word of mouth.
Absolutely. I mean, and don't think that this is like a one and off. Like, you're coming back. All right. Because I know that you got some stuff in the lab cooking we couldn't talk about today, Amanda. I know you're cooking up some stuff back there. I already know. All right. So you have to. I am putting that out into the world right now. You are coming back when there's new announcements, because I know new announcements are going to be in the works, and we'll give you some time.
Soon, only not yet. Yes, I have a few.
I know. So, but no, much more success to you and the whole team and everybody that's helped with this movement. Keep doing great work. You do amazing stuff. And, you know, and you guys go and check out, let them know how to, you know, what the website is and how to follow you guys.
Absolutely. Yeah, you can find us at surrealmakeup.com. That's the website that my husband built. Follow us on Facebook at, facebook.com/surrealmakeupcom. So just Surreal Makeup with COM at the end of it. No dashes or spaces or anything. That's our Facebook. Also, I have a group on Facebook. It's called the Surreal Makeup Surrealist Community. That is like a group of my core people, like the people that's been there with me for like a long time, and just people that I've met, you know, doing this business, that they have a direct effect on what I make. So I've talked to people and asked them what they want to see, and or if I'm feeling creative and I don't necessarily know what I want to make, I'll pop in that group and be like, hey, what do you guys want to see? And then I'll just start making stuff. So that's the Surreal Makeup Surrealist Community. Plus, they get a 1-day advantage over everybody else about new stuff. So they get told first and they know about it first, which is great. And then our sign up for a newsletter, because our newsletter has also different codes that you can take off. We don't really announce those codes on our Instagram or our regular Facebook. We just leave those codes for our newsletter subscribers and our private group people.
Yeah. So you're saying I need to join these groups. I think I'm on the newsletter already, but I didn't know about the group. I need to get some of those deals, Amanda. Oh my gosh. I'm so obsessed. So obsessed. But no, thank you so much. Keep doing the great work that you do, living in your truth, and we get to benefit from it. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. This has just been a dream and an honor, and I just hope we can keep doing this for many more years to come. I'll ride this till the wheel falls off.
Absolutely. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.